She should have known that to support a racist is problematic. Her children are biracial, and her family is one of the families that in the 70s could not have lived in any of Donald Trump's buildings.
You're not really making the world a better place.
Right.
You're just allowing these financial institutions to enact control over corporations. And it's a really shifty, weird way they're doing it by making it seem like they're trying to make the world a better, more equal place.
Y'all, Carrie Underwood just took The View to court and walked away with a $1 billion win. The media tried to take her down, but guess what? Now they're the ones paying the price. And let me tell you, Joe Rogan is not holding back. He's putting Sunny Hostin and the entire panel on blast for their hypocrisy, false narratives, and straight-up fake news. So, how did this all unfold? Let's rewind.
Country superstar Carrie Underwood has spent most of her career avoiding political talk, but she's set to perform at the upcoming inauguration. She said in a statement that she's doing it because the country must come together in the spirit of unity and look to the future. And lots of her fans aren't thrilled about it, but lots of her fans are.
Some crazy misogynist engineered The View, because there's nothing worse than The View. In terms of, like, there are so many brilliant women out there. None of them are on The View. None of them have gone near the set of The View.
Yes. Well, their audience is not really their audience. Their audience is a group of people they bring in to watch television shows.
Sure, I think she came into it with an agenda.
Of course.
You know.
They do everything with an agenda.
It all started when Carrie Underwood performed at Trump's inauguration. Now, let's be real. Carrie has performed for all kinds of political figures before. She's never made a big deal about it, just did her job and left. But the second she stepped on that stage, the ladies on The View pounced. Sunny Hostin went on air, claiming Carrie was dangerous for refusing to talk about politics. Then she pushed it even further, accusing Carrie of secretly being a Trump supporter. And here's the kicker.
She says, I love our country. How do you love your country and support and normalize somebody who was a convicted felon who really wants to destroy the country, in my opinion? I don't understand how you say you love your country at the same time as you normalize this convicted felon.
So you heard the comments from the ladies on The View. Of course, that kind of was the beginning of this firestorm.
Right.
They have apologized.
Right.
What do you think of their apology?
You know, I've told other people, you know, because people have asked me, what do I think? And there are consequences for what you say. And for me, they didn't apologize to me. They apologized to nurses all over America. So I love leaving it up to them. You know, they can decide how genuine they felt that it was, and they can decide what to do with that apology. I appreciate it, but it's just not up to me.
Carrie never once shared her political views. She was simply there to perform. But that didn't stop The View from running wild with baseless claims. They falsely linked Carrie to far-right groups and dangerous ideologies, without a shred of proof. Her fans? They weren't having it. One person wrote, Carrie performed at Trump's inauguration, just like Cardi B performed at Kamala Harris's rally. Celebrities don't need permission to make these choices. This is a free country, whether you agree or not. Another added, Carrie can sing wherever she wants. Y'all need to stop being so sensitive. But Carrie wasn't about to let this slide. Instead, she took action. She filed a $1 billion defamation lawsuit against The View. And what followed was absolutely shocking. Court documents revealed emails and internal messages that exposed the entire smear campaign. First, emails proved The View knew their accusations were false. They had zero evidence, but they ran with the narrative anyway. Second, ABC executives were involved. Yep, this went straight to the top. They targeted...
It just seems to me that maybe she's just not that politically savvy, or maybe she's just not read in.
Granted,
but it's
all we know is that she liked a Trump post. We don't know. She hasn't stated that she supported him, but that's fair to interpret that she may have, but we don't know that she's a supporter.
Just find the hypocrisy of all these people is just astounding. And look, it's just so wonderful to see them cowering and groveling like that.
Isn't it beautiful
you know,
stuff?
the true
Beautiful
characters are coming out, that they've got no character, that they actually have no courage of their convictions.
Nothing at all. Like a lot of these late night comedy shows that no longer have anybody watching them, and they're officially on cancellation notice because they're not going to survive with the numbers that they're getting. I don't think The View will survive ultimately.
Did Carrie. Not because they believed the accusations, but because they needed controversy for ratings. And third, leaked memos showed the attacks were calculated. They deliberately spread lies about Carrie to stir outrage and keep their audience engaged. In other words, it was all a setup. They used Carrie's name to create fake drama, and when it backfired, they got hit with a massive lawsuit. At first, ABC tried to cover their tracks. Sunny Hostin quietly deleted tweets. Whoopi Goldberg acted clueless, saying she didn't know the full story. But come on, Whoopi's been in the industry way too long to play dumb. Then ABC tried to buy Carrie off with a private settlement. They offered her a huge payout to drop the case. But Carrie, she wasn't about to let them get away with it. She refused the hush money because she wanted to hold them accountable, and that's when Joe Rogan went off. On his podcast, he ripped into The View for being a toxic gossip show disguised as news. He specifically called out Sunny Hostin for pushing false narratives and using fear tactics to manipulate viewers. She acts like she's the voice of truth, Joe said, but she's feeding millions of people complete lies. That's the real danger. And let's be honest, he's not wrong. The View has a pattern of attacking women who don't align with their political agenda. They've gone after Megyn Kelly, Roseanne Barr, and even Taylor Swift, all for not falling in line. And the hypocrisy? Unreal. Old tweets show Sunny Hostin praising celebrities who worked with Trump.
Hey, this is the most important part. This is right after she was saying, we are run by ABC News. You should trust us, not Joe Rogan, who believes in dragons. So she by saying we should trust them because they're double checked by ABC News, and then making the stupidest fucking statement.
But when Carrie performs, suddenly it's a problem. Even former View staffers have exposed Sunny for being impossible to work with. Leaked messages suggest she's pushed fake stories before, just to boost her own career. And after Joe Rogan dragged her, people were done with her. One viewer wrote, "There are millions of brilliant women out there, and none of them are on The View." Another said, "That show is a cesspool of ignorance and toxicity." ABC tried to ignore the backlash, but it wasn't going away. Ratings tanked. Advertisers started pulling out. They had no choice but to deal with the fallout, and after months in court, the judge made a historic ruling. ABC was ordered to pay Carrie Underwood $1 billion in damages, the biggest lawsuit payout in daytime TV history. The court found that ABC knowingly spread false information to damage Carrie's reputation. Internal emails proved they planned the smear campaign for ratings. The hosts knew they were lying. Legal experts say this case sets a major precedent, proving that the media can't just slander people and get away with it. And honestly, it's about time. Since the lawsuit, The View's ratings have plummeted. Advertisers are still staying away, and the show is bleeding millions. With the billion-dollar loss hanging over their heads, ABC is scrambling to clean up the mess. Reports suggest they might even fire Sunny Hostin just to save face. Meanwhile, Carrie Underwood just took down the biggest talk show in America. But what do y'all think? Was The View out of line for going after Carrie? Was Joe Rogan right to call them out? Drop your thoughts in the comments, hit that subscribe button, and stay tuned for more.